Hello, I'm David, or if you know me from the radio, then you might be thinking he's Dave Colman, which I am. And I'm here to tell you something which I think is very simple, really, but although many people say it's not, it's very hard. And what I'm talking about is how to get a record out of the sleeve and put it on the record player and do this and that with it, and how to put it back in again without touching the record, because that's what it's all about. I'm trying to show you how to work with a record without touching it. And I think it's very easy, but as I say, many people think it's very difficult. But the first thing you have to do is you have to get the inner sleeve out of the outer sleeve, which of course you can do by holding it, because that doesn't make any difference. Put the sleeve down. And the next thing you have to do is you have to turn the sleeve over so that the opening in the sleeve is at the bottom. But of course at the same time you're still holding the record with the sleeve itself. Now you put the fingers of your left hand, of course you might be left-handed, so in this case it'll be the other way around, but in my case I'm right-handed, so this is the way I do it. And I think I'll just turn a little, yes, so you can see this better, because I've now got the record lying on my fingers, and I shall put my thumb in the middle of the record, about there at the same place where the hole is. My hands are rather small, so actually my thumb is only in the middle of the label, if you like. And now you must lay the record a little bit backward, because otherwise, if you don't, when you pull the sleeve off, it'll fall down on the floor, which is not, we don't want that. So now what I do is I pull the sleeve up, and there you are. I've got the record in my hand, but I'm not touching the playing surfaces. That's the idea, you see. So now I can put my other hand on the outside, and I've got the record completely. Now, what I'm going to do now, I can turn it over. I suppose I could throw it up in the air and catch it, but I'm not going to do that because I probably wouldn't catch it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this record now on the record player now, and I want to show you something else as well. If you see, first of all, if I want to pick it up, it's going to be a little bit difficult because this record player is a little bit bigger than the record itself. And what helps me is my fingernails. If I get my fingernails under the record, I can pick it up again and get it back in my fingers very easily. But I'll just put it down again to show you what I mean. And another thing I wanted to show you before I, if you like, change the subject, is I want to show you how I put the needle on the record, because I do not use the lift, which most people do, apart from any other thing. The lift is broken, so I can't use it anyway. But what I do is I take hold of the arm with my thumb and my index finger and support my hand with my little finger, like this, you see. Now I can then move in, and then I can put the thing down on the record, or I can pick it up again, and if I've got to go in, I mean, I can even get up right to the end of the record if I have to, like, use the last track. See what I mean? And the only thing I'm doing is staying my hand with my little finger, which is very important. So I'll pick it up again, put it down, and I'll take the record off again. I'll just put it down on this for the time being, because I wanted to show you something else before I go on. If you want to take a single out of its sleeve, it's the same thing really. You just put the opening at the bottom. You can pull the sleeve off, and you can hold the record with your thumb and with your fingers. Now to put it back in again, you do it the other way around, holding in my thumb and my fingers, and I can. This is a little trick, by the way. If I want to open this sleeve, it's hard. I can do it by using my hip, right? And then I can very easily put the record inside again. Right. So we've done that. What I'm going to do now, though, is I'm going to do something which I've been asking you not to do. I'm going to be a very bad boy, and I'm going to take this record out just like that, terribly, you know, holding it, making fingerprints all over it, because what I want to show you. In a minute, I'm going to go outside, and we'll have a change of scene. I want to show you. Sometimes a record does get dirty, and it does start. If I make a thumbprint on it now, and I was to play it now, you probably wouldn't hear it. But if I did it in 6 months, you would, because with time, dust gets stuck on there and all this sort of stuff. So, what I want to do now is I want to show you how I wash a record. I don't know if I do it right, but I do my best. Right, now I've come out here and I've brought this dirty record with me, and I'm making it even dirtier with my fingers. And I've come out here because what I want to do is I want to wash it. And what we have here is water. It's only cold water. Normally speaking, I would like to use warm water, but not hot water, only warm water. But cold water would do it as well, but there we are. The first thing I do is I put the water on, let it run, and then I sort of, you know, try and get the grime and the dust and all this stuff off as much as I can. Turning it round like this, and then I need a bit of sort of detergent or soap of some sort. I don't know what this is, but we use that. And then a bit on the other side as well. See? And then I start rubbing this all over the record. Right? And I do this on both sides. Not rubbing it hard. I'm not trying to rub it in. I'm trying to rub it off. You see what I mean? And when you've finished and done this, make sure that you don't only dry the surface of the record. Make sure you also dry the label, because if you don't, at some time it will fall off, because it's only paper, if you see what I mean. So I've got all this stuff off again now. So I shall now put the record down carefully, turn the water off, and then I've got a roll of paper here, and what I do is I'm very generous with it. I get 4 pieces off it. See what it means? And then I tear the 4 pieces into half. And then I pick the record up again, hold it with the paper, and then I start drying it off. Turning it round, drying it off. And I will say one thing about this. One experience which I've had often is that if you've got a dirty record and it scratches, it makes a lot of noise and all this sort of stuff. If you wash it like this, you would usually find, or you sometimes find out, it sounds perfect afterwards. You think, oh, why didn't I do that years ago? That's so much better now. But on the other hand, for some reason I don't understand, you can find that even if you've washed it, it doesn't make any difference. It just remains as scratchy as it was. So I'm not guaranteeing anything. But so I've got this dry now, and it looks clean to me. It looks all right. I hope it is. I don't know. But that was that. And of course, I shan't stop without cleaning up the place as well, you see. All right. So that's that. Right, now I'm back. I've shown you how to wash a record. And what I want to, the only thing I want to do now, which is left, is I want to tell you how to put a record back into its sleeve. So, as I say, I pick it up again, in this case using my fingernails. If you've got many record players have smaller tables than the records are, and then it's easier. But in this case, that's not the case. So now, it's going to be the same thing the other way around. This time, I put my fingers, the 4 fingers or 3 fingers of my right hand, under the label and hold the record on the outside with the crooked bit of my thumb, you see. Now then, again, it's the question of picking up the inner sleeve and turning it round so that I can get the record back inside again. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick this up, and then, as I said, I put it down, press it against my hip with my fingers, and then I can turn the sleeve around until I get the opening at the top. And then I can move my fingers up there, open the sleeve, put the record inside of it, and as soon as it's inside, I hold it with the sleeve with both fingers, turn it up again this way, because I shall now let go and the record will fall down to the bottom. I've got my fingers underneath it though, because as time goes on, and you've done it many, many times, you find that the bottom of the sleeve also usually breaks and opens, and sometimes if you drop the record in like that, it'll go straight through and fall out the other side, which we don't want either. And all I've got to do now is pick up the sleeve again, the outer sleeve. I can do what I want now because I can't find the hole. But I'm not touching the record anymore, and that's the main thing, you see. So, now stick it back in again, like that, and that's it. That's all I wanted to tell you. Alright? Thank you for watching.